Top 5 Most Common Web Design Mistakes Crypto Projects Make. Having a website is a must these days, but visitors are getting more and more demanding. It is not enough to have a landing page anymore, it has to be something more. And this is totally understandable if you consider the fact that your web page is your crypto project sales representative. It is working for you 24/7. If it was a real person, I suppose that you would want to look great, clean, to be knowledgeable, and to be able to answer at least 80 to 90% of the questions that your potential customers have. Imagine now a salesperson that looks like a homeless guy with ripped clothes, looking dirty and having difficulties talking. Do you think that such a person has a high chance to grab the interest of your potential clients and convince them that your blockchain solution or crypto project is the right choice? I have some doubts that he or she will succeed with this task. So how do you expect people to trust your services solutions if you haven't spent the resources and the time to make your salesperson website to look nice and clean? Your website is the first impression, the thing that somehow defines your relations with the client or investor. If it is not good, then you have not only less chance to build trust with him/her, but an even smaller possibility to convert the visitor into a buyer. With the video today, my goal is to help you to fix that, to increase your chances to make sales or to increase your holders. In order to do that, I am going to share with you what are the most common mistakes that I have seen crypto websites are making, so you learn and don't repeat them. Each of these issues can ruin the first impression or make the conversion from a visitor to a buyer smaller, but the first one has the highest chance to ruin everything. Wrong landing page structure. When someone is visiting your website, they are hoping you to be the solution for their problem. Your goal with your website structure is to prove to them you are the right choice for that. But in order to achieve this goal, your page should show them in a logical and understandable way why you are the solution and how they can solve their crypto problem. At the same time, you should tackle the worries and answer the potential questions that they may have. And finally, you should include elements that build trust, like testimonials, audits, case studies, and so on. Without all this, it is hard to convince someone to stay long enough on your website. Pro tip: make sure that you sell one main benefit with your website structure and one additional, secondary benefit. Don't try to be the solution that solves everything, because those that try to solve everything, in most of the cases, solve nothing. Too many different calls to action. Your website should have one main goal, like to sell your tokens, to make people schedule a call with you, or anything else. But you have to pick only one. And when someone visits your website, they should be able to figure out immediately what is the next logical step after they checks your website. There shouldn't be any confusion, otherwise, you have a higher chance of not converting the visitor. It is proven that when there are two or more options, people tend to have a hard time making their choice. So if you want to make your visitor's life easier and the choice obvious, stick to only one type of call to action. Pro tip: if you want a higher chance to convert your visitors into buyers, holders, investors, make sure to put your CTA in more than one place. This way you are making your visitors' life even easier because they will not have to scroll and search for the button. No call to action. Like we already said, when people are visiting your website, they are looking for a solution, and they are here because they believe and hope that you are the right solution. After checking your website and finding that you are exactly what they want, they will need to know how to get what you are offering. And if they have a hard time finding the answer to this question, there is a high chance to lose them. That's why when you are creating the structure of your website, figure out what is the next logical thing that a visitor should do after they have visited your website in order to use your services, advantage of your blockchain solution, or buy your tokens, or whatever your goal is. And as we already mentioned, it should be very clear and obvious, unreadable texts. When you are structuring your website, there are going to be images, icons, texts, and other elements. The problem appears when people try to combine different graphics, like images with text for example, or videos with texts. Sometimes in their willingness to show as many graphics as possible, the owners of the websites or their designers forget that someone will have to read these texts. Because of that, when we are using an image, video, or another graphic element, we have to keep in mind if there is going to be text on it. If there will be something like that, it is important to check and see if the colors of the graphic are not somehow affecting the readability of the text. If the image colors, for example, are fighting for attention with the color of the text, make sure that there is enough contrast between them, so the image or graphic is visible enough and the text is also readable. Slow loading time. We live in an age where everything is happening almost immediately, and all the younger generations are getting used to this, so they have even less patience. I don't know if this is the reason or something else, but even Google punishes websites that have bad loading times. That's why these days it is even more important to have a fast website. Which means compressing images, using Versal if it is possible, using caching, CDNs, faster servers, and things like that. In all cases, it is hugely important before you start showing your crypto website to the world, to test it with services like Pingdom, GTmetrix, and Google's website speed tool, and aim to load in 2 to 3 seconds max. As you can see, there are plenty of things that you should look for when you are creating your website. If you want to make your life easier and have a website that can present your crypto project in a professional way, book a free call with us by clicking on the Book a Free Consultation Call button. If you liked our video, make sure to like the video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to never miss any upcoming videos.